Good day, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And as you guys can see, we have a brand new look. So I changed my branding, and I honestly think that the channel looks a lot better than it looked before. I also like the name more, and some of the people that now already saw my channel, they also think that the new look looks a lot better. So yeah, I'm very excited, guys. New channel, and yes, we are going to put up some nice content, and this channel is, as you guys know by now, as we are playing some PC games, from survival games to sniping games, and so much more. So watch the space, guys. So yep. So as you guys can see, there's a bandit camp. We noticed and spot bandit camp, so we're gonna send our troops over to get rid of those camps because we keep on getting raided, and our resources are kept on being stolen by these guys. And the only way for us to counter that is to attack those bandit camps. So that is what we are doing. At least we do have some mercenaries to our exposure, so we can use them so that they can go and attack. They're not that expensive. I think we pay about 45 or something coins per. That's probably per day or something. I'm not completely sure, but uh, based on the income that we get from the taxes, and then also obviously them raiding these camps and bringing back the loot, they almost pay for themselves. But yeah, this what I am also trying to do is to keep on putting up content that something is actually happening. So, and I believe that in the past, why the views are going so low is, yes, I've got long videos. Um, I do talk a lot in the videos, but guys, there's not really much happening. So yeah, there is the crown taxes or whatever the case, or royal taxes. It's going up. We're not the ruler of this planet. We are just a ruler in our region, and we are gonna conquer the world. We're gonna conquer this whole map. That's our plan. That's our dream. And yeah, Mr. Will Winterbottom, he's gonna be the ruler. He's going to be the ruler of the regions, and hopefully we can get all the regions under our control, and yeah, and by doing so, beating the game. So yeah, let's get that loot, and yeah, and we are going to send that loot straight to our treasury. And yeah, so those guys are really very helpful. We are so glad that we do have them, so we can use them, because we just don't have currently the infrastructure to have our own soldiers. So these guys are doing quite well. So we're just looking around for more of those bandit camps to see if there's any more of them, and it doesn't look like there is. So we might just make 100% sure. Yeah. So Mr. Will Winterbottom, he will rule all the land, right? So we're gonna return these guys back to the probably put them here by let them come and guard, and put them here by maybe we should put them here by the manor. I think would be a pretty good spot for them to wait until we can send them out again. So yeah, let's get these guys back. Yeah, so we have all these plots that's currently level 1, and we will keep these plots on level 1, and because currently our approval rate is quite good, and as we know by now, we as soon as we increase the level of these plots, then obviously their requirements are going higher. And yeah, it just have an effect on the approval rate. So let's put some more road in here. We can later on, because of this road, we can maybe put down some more of those plots. I think probably if we want to, we can put down more level, not level 1 plots. All the plots that we put down will be double plots, but the ones that I'm actually thinking of putting down here would also be double plots, but they would not have a huge sort of a backyard where you can actually plant some vegetables or apples. So they will be small, and the idea maybe for there is to put some goats there so that it will help with clothing. So we have one guy in our trade post, which is enough at the moment. Yeah, and yeah, guys, I really enjoy this game because of we have to keep on concentrating and make sure that we do the right thing. We have tried in another save to do something, and we just couldn't make it. Yep. So yeah, there we go with the plots, and I think there's about might be three of them or 4. The reason why I like the double plots is there's 2 families on the plot, and whenever there's like a sheep or chicken, or even with the vegetables and apples, then you have got 2 families that can work on those plots in their gardens or in their orchards where they have got the apples, and then also where the chickens and all those things are. So it's a lot better to have double plots than the single ones. So I will keep on doing the single ones, and I don't think those guys are returning. Yeah, and I don't think I will ever build single plots going forward anymore. As I said, I really prefer doing the double plots because it is just so much better to do that. And I don't believe that we lose any real income because of that. We have some taxes on food, or food taxes, that and that converts to us getting some treasury, which is good, because that's how we would pay those royal taxes. Otherwise, we're gonna go into debt with the king, and I believe if we don't pay the king, then we are going to be destroyed by the king. Yeah, so we do all these plots and keep on doing them, and upgrade them, put down, not upgrade them, just build the second housing for the second family, so that we can house 2 families on a plot. And on these plots, as we already said, we are going to put some goats there, and that will obviously help with clothing. Now, another thing that will help with clothing is to do sheep farms. So later on, we might just do some sheep farms. We already know, and we had a look in previous videos of us, our land is not very fertile. So we can't really put down any farms to do any kind of wheat or rye or barley or any of those things. Yeah, so we've got those families that moved in, so we put all those families in the storehouses because we really want to prevent people at the logging camps and the firewood camps and the planks places for them to own stalls. We rather want the stalls to be run by people and the storehouses and in the granaries. So yeah, let's just have a look again to see if we can see any bandit camps. I don't see anything at the moment, but we should get a warning, or not a warning, just some kind of a message on the screen telling us that a new camp has been spotted. And as soon as that happens, Mr. Winterbottom will organize his mercenaries to go and deal with that. So, yeah, I'm very excited, guys. We're going to do this. We're going to conquer the world. We're going to beat this game. And the aim is to get all these buildings as high as we can. So there's currently nobody at the to go and pick some berries, but we can take the guy that's currently doing the hunting, and we can maybe assign that guy to go to the berries. That also gives us a variety in food, because the variety in food is also one of the requirements. The higher the plot, the more food type of foods they want, and the same I think it is for clothing. So yeah, later on, as I said in the game, we will have some sheep farms here. Now the sheep farms produces wool, which then gives you linen, because as I said, we already know that we don't have any fertile ground here, so we can't even grow flax for that matter. Excuse me, guys. So we can't even do flax to do linen and all those things. So we depend on sheep. Maybe when we start conquering other regions, we can maybe look at regions that actually have some fertile ground, and then we can put up our farms in those regions, and then transport the goods from that region to this one, and maybe if we require to send maybe food or whatever to that region, then we can do that. So, but that's all things that we can do going forward. And there, as you guys can see here on the right hand side, the money keeps on coming in from the trade post. We've got that guy there. There's another little bit of coins that's coming in. So yeah, and then let's do some more storage places here. So we're putting up a storage, storehouse, and then we also put up a granary, and then we can also upgrade those, the two of them. As soon as they are built, then we can upgrade them. Not that we do need the storage for now. The only reason why I do put these things up now is that when new families arrive, we can actually put them in those storehouses and the granaries. Again, as I said, we do not want those people, the hunters and the wood cutters and the fireplace, the planks people. We don't want those people to own stalls. we want people in this and those places to run the stalls, because if the people in those places, like the hunting camps and those other places, own stalls, then they concentrate more on the stall than doing what they're supposed to do. And we do not want that to happen. So, Mr. Will Winterbottom, you need to look at those things. You need to be on top of your game. Right, so let's see if there's any bandit camps around, so that we can send those guys out to attack, so that they can pay for themselves. Yeah, so we spotted something, and again, let's go and deal with those bandits there, and if they just know what's coming. They carry on here like the world belongs to them. But little do they know, Mr. Winterbottom and his army is on his way. And they are soon gonna see and realize that they are in trouble. Trouble is coming. You see, there we go. And for that reason, is why we are dealing with these camps, because these guys can't keep their filthy claws off our stuff. And that's why we are dealing with them and attacking them. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, there we go. Bye-bye. That's how we do it. That's how you do it. Right, so that can also come to our treasury. So maybe when we have another region that we also own, we can send those the loot to those regions. But because we only have one region now, it's maybe best for us just to keep sending the loot back to our region. Yeah, and as I said, it pays for the mercenaries. Though they are not that expensive, but still, every single cent or every single coin that we don't have to pay is good, because our currency and our treasury money is just getting more. And we'll just get these guys back to the manor, and we just keep an eye on these storehouses and the granaries, and make sure that we have people in there, and try to prevent what we don't want to happen. So we've got our these royal taxes. Oh man! Now I wonder if we've got all the regions. I believe we would still pay those royal taxes. I don't think we will ever not pay that. So that's just something that we will have to keep an eye on, and they keep on going up. And yes, of course, if we increase the taxes on our land, the approval rate will go down. Now, there you guys can see the food situation at this point is not that great, but it's gonna lift and get more again. I already explained to you guys what happened in this case. So when you click on the marketplace itself, then you hover your mouse over, say, for instance, the food, you can see which of the houses are the ones or the plots that complained. And the reason for that is, as we spoke earlier already in the video, is these guys start at the closest plot. Now, let me just explain this. So this gives us quite a bit of meat, and we can do it because we have the almost infinite meat source, but in doing so, you lose 50% of your harvest. Now, I do not believe that has an impact on the fields that's at the backyards of the plots. I believe that harvest that they talk about there would most probably be the harvest that you would get if we have farms that produces wheat and things like that. Now, that's what I think it is and what I'm hoping it is. We will see, I think we will see in our when we start looking at how much food and vegetables and stuff we have later on, we might see that it's either going to be less or it's going to be have no effect. But I'm convinced that it is not. Again, Mr. Winterbottom, you need to manage your people. That's what I'm doing here. This is such a marvelous game. I had, in fact, my son is also, he's watching the videos, and he told me the other day, he said that just from watching the videos, he's also thinking of getting himself the game. So I'm happy for that. And I really hope that you guys also enjoy the game as much as I do, because really I think it's a very good game. There's not a lot of action happening, say for instance, where attacks and like war and that type of action. But man, we have to keep on building and keep on expanding so that our region gets richer, we get richer, and yes, obviously at the end, as I said, that and another thing that I noticed. So in the beginning, I kind of struggled to see when the map is like that, where our region is. Now, if you guys can look carefully when we scroll out, our region is actually the region that's kind of red, the color red, which represents our region. So if we zoom out, the area that sort of very sort of misty red, that's our region. I would have, this is what that I was talking about. Now look at that. Now I went through all those things, the rye, the wheat, the everything, and it's red there by us. Now look at this area, for instance, heaps and heaps of ground of green by the emmer. So the emmer is basically the wheat. So we can, if we take this region, we can have our farms there. And also the other region that's just down basically south from where we are right there, that region, this one too, yeah, this is our region as far as I know. Yeah, so as you guys can see, that's red. Now look at that, green. So this region is green, and we can have farms here. That one is also, it's not much going on there. And then obviously this one also is green, and look at the forest in this one. And even the other one that we looked earlier at, the forest there is also huge. So we've got enough trees, enough forest here that we might even start selling logs, or even sell a lot more firewood or planks. Yeah, just because we have heaps and heaps of forest here, and we can just those guys that plant the trees have a couple of those buildings set up, and make sure that we have enough people to the maximum on each and every one of them, so that they can keep up with the planting of new trees, so that we do not run out of trees. So there we go. We are going to claim that region. So now it's a waiting game. And soon we will hopefully own this region. Yeah, and then we can this probably, and I think that's what we will do, is to place our farms there, maybe wheat or rye or even emmer, or wheat, sorry, so that we can do some clothes, because I think we get linen and we get wool, so we definitely also need some sheep farms. Maybe that's something that's maybe one of the things that we need to put up in this region rather sooner than later, is to build some sheep farms. So the idea is maybe to have some 2 regions and have all the buildings at level 1, and obviously, as I said, the plots will be double plots to get all of that, and then to make kind of prepare to get ourselves in a position, so when we upgrade to say level 2 for some of the houses and get ourselves our region to level 2, that we have enough resources, like enough food variances, enough clothing variances, so that we do not, our approval rate don't go down because of the fact that we cannot provide a second food source or a third food source or a second clothing source to all our plots that's level 2. But then again, if we have those plots close to the marketplace, I don't think that will be a problem, because that's where these guys start to deliver their goods. Yeah, and there we go. We own our second region. So, Mr. Winterbottom, well done, man. You own your second region. But I don't think we're going to build anything there right now. I think what we're going to do is just to prepare this region, so that this region is fully prepared, so that as soon as we start developing the second region, that this region would be in a pretty good spot to, in the beginning, provide the other region with some sort of resources until that region, the second one, becomes sort of independent and can stand on its own feet. So yes, we've got our second region, boys. I'm excited, and yeah, and we took it because we had enough reputation, and I believe when we've got the second region and doing some stuff, our reputation will go up, hopefully, and then we can go and see if we can do a third one. But yeah, slowly but surely we will move up. Now the other thing is, because in this region, because there's the fertile, it's not very fertile here, means that we might have to, as I said, transport stuff from other regions to this region to actually get it to level 3 or 4, whatever level we want, or we leave this region as it is because it's not very fertile, and make this region and build some of these burgage plots. Again, we do the double plots. We don't need them to have probably will have to have them backgrounds. The only problem with doing what I'm thinking of doing is as soon as we want to put those military type of stuff in the background, I think those burgage plots requires to be at level 2, if I'm not mistaken. So we will kind of have to leave a space open close or next to the marketplace, so that we can rather have them become level 2 as opposed to the other plots that's got fields and food resources and chickens and all those type of stuff. Instead of getting them to level 2, it's probably better if we can rather get those army plots to level 2 or higher, because I think the higher they go, the better equipment they can make. And then we just have to transport stuff from other regions into this one. But what I think is happening with there's this building that we can build and put up in the regions, where we can have a mule and we can transport things from one region to the other. But it's not a one-way thing, so you have to send something from the one region for exchange of something else from the region where you send it to. So it's something that we need to work out where we're going to send what to and what we're going to send where. So yes, guys, we've got our second region. So we're getting there, and we are slowly going to expand that region. See, as you guys can see, our two regions at the bottom, both of them are that sort of hazy red. So that is just so we can see where our regions are. So we're just gonna send our mercenaries here to kind of stand guard here. If there is some kind of attack from somewhere. Oh, hang on. No, this is this is a bandit camp. This is a bandit camp, so we are going to get rid of these guys. And again, there they go. And excuse me. Bam! And they lost. And again, these guys, they paid for themselves. They paid for themselves. Yeah, and as usual, we send that loot to our treasury. So later on, when we've got a banner on everything in this region, we might send. Well, then we can see what happens if we send our loot to another region. Yeah. So again, we keep on having to look at these places and how where we got our people to work, and shuffle them around, manage them, because what I've seen, even if we only have one guy in the saw pit and up to two guys in the logging camp, the saw pit is so quick with that one guy, and we keep on running out of logs because the saw pit actually take logs from the logging camp, whereas with the wood cutter camp, they actually go and they harvest their own wood, whereas the saw pit, as I said, they take the wood from the logging camp, which is maybe make kind of sense. And then, as I said, we have two people in the logging camp and only one person in the saw camp, and the logging camp just keeps on running out of wood. which is kind of weird, but then on the other hand also makes sense, because if you look at the distance, they have to walk to get logs, whereas we've got the woodcutter camp almost right next to, well, not too far away from the logging camp, so that's why they keep on running out of logs. So we are preparing to build maybe another few baggage plots. So we just put down some roads, and then we can put some baggage plots sort of on the eastern side there, or on the western side of the map. So yeah, so we're placing down the roads so we can do some of those baggage plots running from the road here at the bottom that we just placed up to the road where the trade posts are sitting on. Oh, we've got the fire. The guys are running and kill the fire. You can see how they're running up and down to try and kill the fire. Oh man, so yeah, that storage house burned to the ground. That's not good. But at least when something like that happens, we don't really have to rebuild this thing. The people there is rebuilding it themselves. The only thing that we need to do is we just need to reassign the people there. But wow, look at our food, or something is red. I would assume, yes, look at that. I would assume all our food resources burned that was in there, but there shouldn't have been food in the storage house. That's kind of weird. Or was it the granary? It's probably the granary, because there shouldn't be food in the storage house. Food should be in the granary, so it's probably that, yeah. So, yes. So yeah, so as I said, we need to build some more of these baggage plots, and let's place them down. A couple of them, about maybe 4, will fit into this area here. We will make them double plots as we normally do, and then the plan for these plots is they've got quite a big-ish backyard, so we will plan, maybe I should put in some apples here. I really think apples is the way to go. Apples will give us some nice food. Also, we need some extra food, and we already have the vegetables, which we've got quite a good few of them. So if we can get apples also to be a good few, then we are in a pretty good position to have enough food types to have some of our plots to go up to level 2. So those plots we might put on this side of the map next to the ones that we just put up. The backyards won't be that big. They don't require such big backyards if we're gonna do those army things in the backyard there for them. So as usual, we're gonna do the plots. We're gonna make them double plots. We're gonna do the first one, and then we're gonna put the second house down, and we're gonna do that with all 4 of those guys. And as soon as they are done, then we are going to do apples. Apples is the way to go. I believe that they will after 3 years, I think it's 3 years if I remember correctly, then we will really see the benefit of these apples. And yeah, I don't think we should. We might build a couple, few more of these plots. Um, we do have quite a few plots that produces vegetables. We now also have quite a few plots that produce apples. So maybe the next couple of plots that we put down, maybe those plots that we will put down for army. And because we put down for them as those the army plots, these plots then have to supply enough food for those guys as well, so that so that their approval rate won't go down. So yeah, so as the people come in, we will assign them to the granaries and to the storehouses for the reason, Mr. Winterbottom, is that you want to prevent those other places, as I said, to put down or to manage the stalls. The one thing that I've noticed, though, is, these royal taxes, they are just keep on going up. I wonder if there's a ceiling that that these things will go to, so that it won't go higher. I really hope not. But we are pretty close to the end of the video of which we have time for. We are waiting for those things that are already done. So we just shuffling around some people, adding some more people to the woodcutter, or sorry, not woodcutter, the logging camp, and then again adding some people to the granaries and the storehouses. I think the next thing what we should do is to upgrade our church to level 2. But yes, guys, as I said, we do not have enough or a lot of time left over. Get an ox for this, guys. And then, yeah, yes, guys, as I said, I really, really hope that you guys enjoy this video. And if you do so, please leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I will see you guys next time.